Welcome to the summary of the week. We're in week 4 of October 2023, and let's go to the news. The Mercedes team delivered a surprising performance during the recent Grand Prix, unveiling what is believed to be their final major update for this season. Both Hamilton and Russell showcased exceptional driving skills throughout the event, igniting hopes of victory in Sunday's race. This unexpected improvement comes after a challenging period for Mercedes. Despite some incremental improvements earlier in the year, the team faced persistent challenges, with rivals Ferrari and McLaren consistently outpacing them. However, the turning point came at the United States Grand Prix, where Mercedes introduced a substantial update, focusing primarily on the car's floor, a critical component for generating downforce in modern Formula One cars. These modifications are part of the team's ambitious project for next year's car. It is anticipated that this technology will be incorporated into the initial version of the W15. Hamilton's positive response to these changes indicates a renewed sense of optimism within the Mercedes camp. He views this update as a promising sign for the future, believing that with a few more similar upgrades, the team will be well positioned to compete for victories. As fans eagerly await the next races, the question looms, will we witness a resurgence of the intense rivalry between Hamilton and Verstappen in the battles for victory? What do you think? After the United States Grand Prix, both Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc were disqualified due to irregularities found in the skid block, a wooden plank beneath their cars. The FIA stated that these planks had worn out more than allowed by regulations, leading to the disqualification. The violation of Formula One's technical regulations meant the plank's thickness should be 10 millimeters, with a minimum margin of 0.2 mm allowed, a safety measure introduced after Ayrton Senna's accident to prevent cars from being set up too close to the ground. Despite their exceptional performance, both drivers were penalized, leaving no room for justifications, emphasizing the strict adherence to regulations in Formula One. The disqualification raised questions about why top teams like Mercedes and Ferrari made such an error. The likely cause was the lack of time for proper car setup, especially given the unique circumstances of that race weekend, including the sprint race format and limited practice sessions. Mercedes' Toto Wolff pointed out the challenging track conditions as a contributing factor. Despite the potential performance gain, the disqualification highlighted the importance of meticulous compliance with regulations, underlining the uncompromising nature of Formula One rules, even for top contenders. Well, what about you guys? Do you think the disqualification of the drivers was fair? Leave your comments below and let's move on. In a recent statement, Lando Norris emphasized the need for stricter penalties in the sport. Norris expressed concern that current penalties are not severe enough to deter drivers from engaging in rule violations. He specifically pointed out instances where drivers receive small penalties, such as a 3-position grid drop or a 5-second penalty, which he believes are insufficient to prevent misconduct. According to Norris, drivers often disregard these penalties, especially when the stakes are high, like in qualifying sessions. He suggested that imposing harsher penalties would act as a deterrent, discouraging drivers from breaking the rules and ensuring a fairer competition. Norris advocated for setting a consistent precedent with severe penalties rather than changing penalties frequently, emphasizing the importance of maintaining strict enforcement to uphold the integrity of the sport. In summary, Norris believes that implementing severe penalties would prevent drivers from disregarding the rules and contribute to a more competitive and fair environment within the sport. Red Bull driver Sergio Perez's future with the team hangs in the balance following a disappointing 2023 season. Despite an impressive start, Perez struggled to match teammate Max Verstappen's performance, managing only 4 podium finishes and facing challenges in car development. Speculation mounted about Red Bull potentially parting ways with Perez, leading to uncertainty about his position, despite another year remaining on his contract. While Perez cited car development not aligning with his driving style, team principal Christian Horner hinted at mental factors contributing to his struggles. Red Bull's recent advantage in the driver's standings has eased Perez's situation, but his future remains unclear, and Verstappen's past actions may lead to a hostile reception from Perez's Mexican fans. Despite initial success, Perez's performance gap with Verstappen raised questions about his continuation with Red Bull. Publicly, the team remained supportive, but Perez's struggles, combined with his teammates' dominance, fueled speculation. Red Bull's recent success in the standings provides some relief, but Perez's future in the team remains uncertain, and the upcoming race in Mexico might bring additional challenges, especially considering the passionate support of Perez's Mexican fans and the team's previous incidents, making the situation more complex. What do you think? Can Checo do well this time? Let's find out this Sunday. In the opening session of the Mexico City Grand Prix weekend, Williams' Alex Albon made a strong impression by closely challenging the leader, Max Verstappen, during Practice 1 at the vibrant Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Verstappen, aiming for his record 16th win of the season, set the fastest time of 19.718 in the first hour of practice. However, Albon finished just 0.095s behind, splitting the Red Bulls. Sergio Perez, under pressure, started his home race weekend decently, securing third place just 0.297s slower than his teammate. Lando Norris of McLaren, currently in great form, claimed the fourth spot, trailing Verstappen by half a second. Charles Leclerc of Ferrari finished fifth. Lewis Hamilton, optimistic about Mercedes' chances against Verstappen, had a subdued start as the team experimented with test items. He ended up in 11th place, 1 second behind the leader. Mercedes' team principal, Toto Wolff, mentioned that Hamilton could have performed better, if not for a mistake on his best lap. During the session, Pirelli conducted tire development tests, mandatory for all teams. McLaren's Oscar Piastri set his best time on the test compound, securing the 6th position. Carlos Sainz faced challenges with his Ferrari, encountering early hydraulic issues and spending extra time in the garage. Despite the setbacks, he managed to finish 7th, ahead of Daniel Ricciardo from AlphaTauri and Esteban Ocon from Alpine. In accordance with the rookie driver regulations, which require teams to provide practice sessions to drivers with fewer than 3 Grand Prix starts, 5 emerging talents had valuable track time in Practice 1. Ferrari-affiliated British driver Oliver Bearman made his debut for Haas, impressively securing 15th place, just 0.3 seconds slower than Nico Hülkenberg in the sister car. However, F2 championship leader Theo Pourchaire faced a challenging session due to braking issues in his Alfa Romeo, preventing him from completing a timed lap. Red Bull junior driver Isaac Hadjar claimed the 17th position for AlphaTauri, closely followed by Alpine's Jack Doohan in 18th place. Mercedes junior driver Frederick Vesti, driving George Russell's Mercedes, finished 19th. Practice 1 session has come to a close, leaving us on the edge of our seats, eagerly anticipating what the weekend holds for the Formula One pilots. Get ready for a thrilling ride as we delve into the heart-pounding action of the upcoming races. Well guys, not so much excitement this week, but in Formula One, every new week is a surprise. Thanks for watching.